Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever full-length YouTube video. My name is INKY and I am a digital artist, illustrator, and designer. Before I begin, I just wanted to share some sketches that I recently worked on, but didn't record my process of doing so. I am happy to have you here today, and I'm going to be sketching and coloring an octopus. I actually wanted to make my first video for months now. I had everything planned out, scripted, and ready to go, yet I was still struggling to actually getting around to filming it. Eventually, I came across Applecheeks, another artist that I follow, who made this video about filling up all of her sketchbooks in a limited amount of time. It really inspired me to get back into creating in my sketchbook as well as playing around with pens and markers, which I had never done before. My goal with this series isn't to fill up my sketchbook within a certain amount of time, but to learn a new way of doing things, get better at studies, prioritize time for my creativity, and mostly provide myself with a digital free space to create without any end result or pressure. Sometimes I just want to doodle and sketch, and often there's an immense amount of pressure for everything we create to become a finished piece. My sketchbook allows me to have a place where that pressure doesn't exist. And as much as I love creating digital art, in a way, it's a risk avoidance tool, as you can undo all and any mistakes and make it as perfect as you want. The need for everything to be efficient and perfect can make you lose a sense of connection to your art and remove the natural flow that comes with it. I really wanted to get back into my roots of creating, without feeling the pressure of needing to make a completed or a perfect piece every time I had an idea. It's completely okay for things to remain unfinished or just as sketches. Not every idea you have will make sense on paper, and not every idea has to be shown to the world. Additionally, working with traditional tools makes you considerate of where you place lines and marks, as they're pretty permanent. I never really worked with pens and markers before, but they're interesting to work with because you can't really blend them or cover them up. I really like the lines and strokes they leave behind too. In previous years when I'd sketch, it always felt restrictive. I went to art school and classes required everyone to use fancy drawing pencils or even charcoal. And honestly, I much prefer regular mechanical pencil on just regular paper. For me, I like the precision you can get, and they tend to make less of a mess. So for me, getting back into sketching isn't just to help me get better at things or challenge myself more, it's also to reclaim that traditional art identity I feel became warped and broken in school. I share this not because I want sympathy, but because I know too well from shared stories online that many of you also have similar experiences regarding art school or any other type of traditional learning. I believe that art can and should be anything you want it to be. It shouldn't be defined by the tools you use or what you want to make, and yet institutions want us to feel boxed in. I never understood that or liked it. I also want to acknowledge that what I am using is something that works for me. Maybe you try out some markers and you don't like them, or try to mimic how I'm sketching and it doesn't feel right. That's completely okay, and no one should tell you otherwise. We're all different in the end of the day, and your chosen medium shouldn't be influenced by what other people are doing or like to do. If anything, art should inspire others to take their own creative actions and journeys, which involves a lot of trial and error, as well as playing around. You're going to make things you might not like, you're going to make things you'll have to redo a million times, although you don't have to do this. and your mind might fixate on imperfections while you create. However, you just have to keep going. I was struggling with each line I made during this process, and while I was drawing the octopus, I kept noticing things I made mistakes on, but I just kept going anyways, as I will eventually get better at making these things. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you again soon. I will have more videos in the future, as I hope to share my journey with you and inspire you to work in your own sketchbook. So if you'd like to see more of my content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Also, let me know what you're working on in the comments below.